gaan zappen. Dat weet ik even niet meer. Continue. Ik weet ook niet andere welke beeld ik had of waar we waren. Volgens mij waren we klaar met de eerste planeet, om zo even te zeggen. Ik heb in ieder geval een elektrische stof zo te zien. Even kijken. Liquid. Ah,
Welcome back, Captain. All systems are now operating within acceptable parameters. Shall I take our ship into orbit?
Ja, ik ga er wel vanuit, eigenlijk. Ik weet niet wat ik hier nog moet doen. Video.
Received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Okay.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Okay.
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
Okay.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her. Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star.
Oh.
Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope.
Okay.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Okay.
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last.
Oh boy.
Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you. Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Okay.
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
Okay.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Oh, Groundbreaker. Dat doen we dadelijk. We gaan eerst eens even kijken voor de Captain's Quarters. Daar nou in mogen.
Just to warn you, we may have a bedbug infestation. I am investigating non-toxic extermination measures. Non-toxic to you, I mean.
Messages. Oh, daar we dingen ingooien. Nou, daar zijn we dus ook niks. Hé, Mark, goedenavond jongen. Wij moesten naar de Groundbreaker. Oh, staat ook netjes een pijltje. Al die eilanden nog die dingen te doen. Oké. Oh. Welcome to the system map. Dat hebben we nou gedaan. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
The Groundbreaker.
Can we chat? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Okay.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else? Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was. He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
Okay.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed. About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ears so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Stay safe out there.
Dus we moeten in ieder geval even langs de engineering. Oh, kunnen we er 2 meenemen? Oké.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Now's not a good time. I'm dealing with a problem here.
So, go space yourself. Problem solved.
You must really want a truncheon through your teeth. This ain't a show. Move along.
Oh.
Do what you want. I'm done here.
Whatever you heard, it's all true. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Whoa.
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
Mm-hmm.
Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time. Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance. See you around, boss.
Hè? Bos? Komt dat in één keer vanaf?
Just arrived? Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down.
Wanted, dead or alive. Captain Connor McReed. Oh.
That's quite the impressive list of infractions.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Identification, please.
Hawthorne's ID?
Everybody's got an ID. Oh, let me guess. You, left it in your other pants? I hear that one a lot. I'd tell you no one's fallen for that line in about 30 years. Then, I'd take the safety off my gun and kindly ask you to move along.
It's a good thing he didn't say that then, right? Right, sir?
Sure, kid. Right. You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt-side outposts.
Sure did. And now we're in space!
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it. Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side. Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Okay.
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda
Yeah.
Dorset over in sickbay. Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Okay.
You noticed, huh? What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might impact their bottom line. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Okay.
This really must be your first time here. There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that. Sounds like, yeah. But from where I sit, it's all coming through loud and clear. They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. So far, anyway. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
Ja, dat wordt weer lastig.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me.
Okay.
Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain, matter I'd like to attend to, Captain.
What?
All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison. Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the port's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Sure thing.
Maar ik ben net van mijn schip af.
Be seeing you.
Nou, we zullen eerst terug gaan naar mijn schip dan. Als dat die grounded is. Moet ik bij mijn schip? Oh.
Hey there, you mind stepping back? This charming little ship's been impounded and I'm afraid I can't let you near it till it's not.
Okay.
I ain't felt so much as a tepid breeze in weeks. I hope Miss Chief Tennyson gets that fixed soon.
Well, it doesn't smell as bad here as Edgewater's graveyard in high summer, so guess I can't complain.
Either way, let's not stick around so long we all roast alive. No offense, Miss Elson, I'm sure whatever critical problem needs fixing will get patched in time.
Whew. I'm starting to feel like a sisty roast in all this armor. Have yourself a pleasant day.
Dan gaan we eerst even kijken voor engineering. Candice, ja, hier is Candice. Oh, is die security check.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before.
Oh.
What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today? Chief Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs, but you could try asking at Sublight Salvage. They got an office on the far end of the promenade deck. Anything else I can help you with, mister? Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs the ship. Does a real great job of it, too. Her family's worked on it for, gosh, since it was built, I think. Back before the crossing.
What's she like? Is she a good boss?
Good as she can be, I guess. What with all the troubles Groundbreaker's facing. She could stand to lighten up, I suppose. But she tries her best to do right by folks, and that's what matters. Sure is, but she makes it look easy. She's real competent, our chief, even if she ain't real friendly.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
Okay.
Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork. You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head. Or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
Okay.
Still waiting to hear back on that bounty for McRed. That aside, not much else. Groundbreaker's keeping calm at the moment. The outlaw scientist fella, right. The board's had it out for him for ages. If you have an inkling of the wheres or what fors of his location, Udon Bedford would surely like to hear it. To the board, yeah. You've read his wanted poster. Whole list of things to get their unders in a wad. But he's never done nothing to Groundbreaker, so I've no problem with him. We keep the poster up to keep the peace is all.
Okay.
Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
Sorry hoor.
Then get to business or get moving. We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know. The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardettes because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
Okay.
Captain, could I have a moment of your time?
Here we go again.
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time, while we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Okay.
That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Okay.
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Okay.
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the Philosophist's off-world destination. Thank you, Captain.
Here's a terminal. Oh. First objective requires you to enter a restricted area. If you're caught inside, you will be shot on sight.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the scholar shipped in and out with.
Move along.
Een workbench. Is dat dan hier binnen? Huh. Die steden waar we bij staan, hè? Kijk dat we daar problemen mee krijgen.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hardworking citizens. This story brought to you by Halcyon News. All the news that's fit to broadcast.
Oh. Ik had inderdaad dus gewoon een deur gemist.
Try Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
With caramel and pea-free nuts in it. It's time for a KYO.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time. Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from. Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown. Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free.
Okay.
Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one. Of course, most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
Creepy fellow in the moon mask. Okay.
This is Halcyon News.
Hier, best gezellig.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought.
What?
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
Okay. 10,000 bits. Holy crap.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Okay.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
Okay.
I've got a lovely little throw pillow. Just something I toss together. Like to keep my hands busy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. 480 dps. Met een corrosive dingetje. Iets maar 165 dps. Mijn pistool. Is wel duur. Special effect bleed. Damage type corrosive. Dat is misschien wel interessant. Dat is wel prijzig. Dan ben ik bijna al mijn credits kwijt. Purchase this restricted stock. Waarom niet? Nog. Wat voor kunst heb ik nog meer? 71, 134, 120, 320. Ik heb niks wat er überhaupt dus in de buurt komt van dat pistool. Wacht, dan zullen we eens even. Oh, kijk, dat is wel nog de zaak. Oké, dit met elkaar. Zo. Dat wordt allemaal gekocht. Oh, ziet er even over? Oh, dat gaat natuurlijk niet weg. Even even de milie vastpakken voor het geval ook ongeluk misklikken. Fiet kan max. Oh ja. Oh, die heeft shotgun 230. Dus orbital daar. Oké. Nu wij zitten dichtbij. Oh. Afstand iets minder. Ik had niet best ook staan dat ik die misschien kwijt zou raken.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the
Now see here, What was I doing again?
About applying for military training and lend your life to protecting our wonderful brands and products. Military service does not guarantee.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I heard of it. My orientation.
That's true.
That's a Spacer's choice beer. Take what you have. So, what can I get? I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Oh, I'm having a stellar day. I can see all of it. Spacer's choice regret. Sprout walk. You would never ask if you knew what it's like. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's choice consumer. Have a look.
Are you listening to me, Emfuru?
CNP Bourse Pockets.
Nee, relatief. Die.
Still betting on the Tossball series? I know you were trying to stop.
I put a couple of bits in Vera's pool.
You look like someone who's taken... We also have a line with...
Oh. Wacht, we ook een... chest genomen. Ja, beter. Dat is maar kuttig. ik zelf trouwens. Oké. Daar loopt plus 5. Dat hebben we bij haar gepakt. Maximum health. Oké. Griezen. Oké. Hoe de hel kom ik bij haar? Oh, wacht.
This is Halcyon.
Those XF411s? And an old keep.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sublevel.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Okay.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Not a problem, Captain. Ask away. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Okay.
They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
Okay.
Sorry, I forget not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Okay.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Even kijken. Het sneak gaat niet heel goed momenteel vanwege de troepenarmoede, maar ook niet direct uit, denk ik al wel. Toetje 21. Sfeer op 30. Vier punten. Zo, daar eentje. Daar 2. Daar nog eentje. Even kijken, perk. Dat is wel een kanbord. Kijk, best. Hier heb ik tot nu toe nog geen problemen mee gehad. Sprint, walk speed. Dat is op zich niet verkeerd natuurlijk. Nou, gewoon sneller wandelen. Dat is altijd makkelijk.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. And now for a special word from Chairman Rockwell.
Greetings, hard-working citizens of Halcyon. In these profitable times, we need only look to one another.
Ouch.
There are those who cheat and swindle their way through life. It breaks my heart to see the
Nu wel bij haar niks stelen.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells.
No one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property.
When's this shit bucket station going to repair its damn radiators? This armor doesn't breathe.
Real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he.
Cool.
Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their droppings.
Ja, zo kun je het ook kijken.
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Nope.
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Oh.
That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with? It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's, well, it's my white whale, I suppose.
Weet je ook dat die niet bestaan, toch? White whales?
It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work. Be my guest. I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands.
Ja, dat zal wel meevallen.
I have few complaints.
Oh, good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit?
Geen idee, maar is een keuze.
No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no.
No, no, no.
Best to be clear, I believe. Ugh. Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be expected to work in these conditions? Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but I've seen no action from her. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
She's doing everything she can. It's your people's fault it's not fixed, not Junlei's.
My, aren't you, excitable.
It's a fucking... Oh, wow.
Oh, sweetie. I don't owe a grease-stained wrench jockey like her the time of day, let alone my deference. I'm sorry my temper got away from me. Please accept my sincerest apologies to you and your friend.
Oh, I'm not used to folks saying sorry. It's not all right exactly, but I appreciate the apology, I guess.
Well, now that that's dealt with, was there anything else you wanted to discuss? Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course.
Okay.
Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign. When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course, but I can't say I much care. A luxury stateroom reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use.
Okay.
Ask away.
Daar worden we in. Eens even kijken. Dat kunnen we niet. Die. Dan komen we daar.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Oh, wacht. We hadden nog een... die. Oh. Oké, dus ik moet een mallet ID-kaart fixen.
Were you expecting any company?
A neighbor?
Even kijken. Oh ja. Die.
From above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
Die vind ik good.
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
Twee. Oh, je had nog geen persuade 40, ja.
Ooh, look at the courage on this one. Lay it on me, boss. Give me a taste of that fiery primal spirit. Listen to the fire of those convictions. This one's hungry for justice. Alive or dead? Rare or medium? What's it gonna be? How do you want me cooked, bounty hunter?
Medium well.
Here they come.
Auw. Damn. Zelfs door de tonnetje schiet hij heen. Dat was vlug afgelopen.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor. Look at this.
Is it? That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew. You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court.
Huh.
Incoming!
You okay, Cap?
Moet ik ook alweer healen. Controls. Key bindings. Oh, wacht, nee, dat is een layout. Ah, nee. Key bindings. User direct is E. Quick melee. Oh, F. Oké. Oh, wat was die time delay ook alweer? Ik ga even kijken. Q.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
Look at this, right?
Is it? That's... Here they come!
Nice one, Captain!
Waarom kan die mij overal raken? Is dat voor onzin? Hij staat bij ons aan het door de zooi heen schiet. Krijgt hij toch nooit ooit.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
Look at...
Look out!
No! The roaches don't work!
All right!
We're not getting through!
Zo, was hij dood?
Everyone all right?
Easy does it.
Op de schat kijken zo zien.
I see it now! Everyone all right?
Er zit nog een enemy ergens.
Here we go. I can deal with this.
What was they doing?
I'm with you, Lane.
Hey, that's a... What do you think you're doing?
Oops, sorry.
Just keep your fingers to your own self, okay?
Haven't seen any new faces down here since I arrived. Not sure how long ago that was. McRed tends to incinerate anyone who comes by. It's too bad. I mean, he was a scary fucker, total pyromaniac, but you know how it is. You meet a guy, get used to his quirks, and then blam.
Okay.
I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
Nice.
PT? Zo, dat hebben ze toch niet meer nodig. We zien namelijk dood is. Oh, een spaceship. Even kijken. Breakdown, yes. Dus 70 dps, dat is 131. Dat is een diamantje. Vijf, 7, 3, 9. Nou, allemaal niet heel veel dus.
It's so cozy.
Plasma rifle. Naar binnen? Dat kan ik niet. Hoe komen we daar binnen? Het gaat naar mee. Zo is dat eigenlijk al niet. Oh, wat zit hier nog? Oh ja, hier ging we erop.
Everyone get branded when they join McRed's crew?
Here we go!
Careful, your heart!
Junior vendors things may happen to you that can trigger a flaw offer. Taking this flaw is optional, but doing so provides you with a perk. Drug addiction. Taking as many drugs as you have turns you to an addiction, making you suffer withdrawal if you go too long without another hit. Krijg een perk point voor, maar effect is min 1 dex, min 1 perception en min 1 temperament. natuurlijk toch verder die kant uit. Hoe kom ik daarboven dan? Dit loopt door, zover ik kan zien. Ah, daar is nog een trap. Kom hier weer uit.
Let's go!
Corrosive, go for it!
We're not getting through!
Everyone all right?
Liz gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
Zo jammer dat we niks met over terminals kunnen.
Smells kind of like old Bess's outflow pipes.
Alles goed. Maar wel. Het is ook altijd fijn dat bij RPG's op het algemeen F5 gewoon quick save is. Een workbenchje. Ja.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement. For the following story.
Even kijken.
Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien war?
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipeller infestation.
Mantipeller?
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Ik kan alleen kijken, kan ik dat wel een beetje. De deur. Oh, hier moet het echt naar beneden natuurlijk.
Step lively, Miss Holcomb.
I'm not winded. Honest. My, boot was untied.
Would hate for you to get left behind, or architect forbid, become lost.
Clear of the radiators. You don't need to kill the mantipellars, but I'd be mighty grateful if you did.
Nice one!
Are we? I was on fire. Weer. Oh, nog een machine. Oh, ik zou dat al boven zijn.
Captain, look out!
Auw. Schiet hij door de vloer heen. Ja, dat is ook fijn.
Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak past if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Auw. Oh, we gaan hier op een schieten dat waar die tandwielen.
Here they come.
Got 'em all.
Here we go.
You got it, Captain!
Bam! Ik geef best wel wat XP. Even kijken. Dan gaan we eens even persuade nog wat een beetje omtrekken. Dat we die op 40 hebben zetten. Of iets meer, dan we laaien ook op 30. Zo. Hier is dat Luta. Dat is wat loot eruit.
Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you things.
This is the simple truth. We are all molecular machines. The body is a collection of atoms. The mind is a consequence of chemical reactions. Therefore, our lives are predestined along a path that is only visible in retrospect. Life is fated and unstoppable.
I don't know, Mr. Vicker. That seems like quite a leap.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds. Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out. Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gayen, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who could answer the tough questions for me. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about. You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when. I hope that was a joke, Captain. I really do. I gelded that thing years ago. Now it brews a stim that goes down stronger than Nan or Spank. Family recipe. You've got my attention. You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. I like to think of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was on fire, I might hold my breath a moment before activating the sprinkler system. The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and leeches like Udom Bedford will do anything to please their corporate masters. I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change. You've got my attention.
Misschien kunnen wij daar iets aan doen.
This is Halcyon News.
CNP Bourse Pocket.
Ja, security moesten we heen, hè.
Are you listening to me, Mfuru?
Kalenders moesten van dingen af van het schip.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Butter. A salt flour candy shop around a...
My dad taught me some French, you know? Stuff about omelets and, fromage.
How goes the hunt?
I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off.
Helaas.
Ah, a shame. But I won't hold it against you. The lighter's enough to file for the insurance payment. Long as his fees are cleared, I'll call it justice served. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future. With that bastard McRed dead, there ain't much else in the offing. Not that I'm complaining, mind you.
Okay. Hey. Sta jij in één keer aan de kant? Kom here. Look in gun shop for old records. Apparently it's not required several steps away. You have it up. Oh ja. Oh, die kaffe is weg hier. Automatically ID. Dit is een, hè?
What do you think you're
Whoops.
doing? I don't want any trouble out of you.
Komt hij eraan.
Impressive as always.
Hoe kom ik daarbij?
Keep up the good work.
Oh. You be dead. Ow.
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one? Really?
Hoe kom ik daar dan? Oh, hier natuurlijk.
Deft hands, Cap.
There it is. Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest. Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up. Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities? Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
Okay.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Boah. Even kijken. Dan hebben we die ook weer klaar. Oké, dat is op de reliable. Oh ja, dat moeten we ook even doen.
This is Halcyon News.
No one saw me trip over that, right?
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
Oh, maar ik al weten aan dit we zijn.
I know she's in there, Mfuru. You can't keep me out of there. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene?
Mwah.
See, Mfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. Jesse and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. You say that like it's weird.
Yeah.
I just don't like to leave a debt unpaid, that's all. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Dat het nieuws wat ik heb gekregen gaat niet beter worden.
Hello. Junlei called from engineering. Said I should let you buy medical supplies from our stores. Now, is there something I can help you with? A better selection than you'll find on the promenade deck, and a quality commensurate with a friend of the station.
Okay. Dat is wel laag, dat is wel zo te zien.
Something I can help you with? If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying.
Oh.
Take care.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Oh ja.
He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Hier komen we verder, is nog niks dus. En die kunnen we nog niet kopen, dan moeten we... Oh, ik moet even... Best in gold, wat verder is er niks schuldig.
Used to be in the docking base?
Yeah, about 10 years back.
This is Halcyon News.
A new face. What's your pleasure, stranger? Only the usual. Marauders all over space. You ever wonder how folk who can't figure the bleeding edge technology of a spoon can manage to get ships into space?
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you. Why, it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads.
Klinkt goed.
What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? Extended ammo magazine and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire.
Okay.
Only takes a bit of elbow grease and a spot of engineering know-how. Most ships have a workbench near the cargo hold. Ours is in engineering. You could take your new toys over there if you feel like tinkering. No and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it, the originals tend to snap like plastic toys.
Oh.
Right here for a start. I got a fair selection. Modified weapon. So, what?
Ah, dat is die machine. Oh, is oké. Muzzelig. Die is wel redelijk prijzig. Die in ieder geval maar eentje halen. Geen bootje. waste disposal.
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go? How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch, okay?
We moesten... Oh, supply, ja. Nou, we kunnen.
D&D Borston baked beans. When you need to eat and run,
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Oh, this should...
Salvage is a family business. We've got each other's backs.
Hey, Mr. Vicar. Did you ever get a little bit homesick for Edgewater? That ocean stink.
No, I do not.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the Unreliable?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down.
What?
Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come. Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere. Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings, but there's a catch.
As altijd.
Just like in the serials.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? First, an embargo that's been active ever since the board pulled its forces off-world. Few regulations, plenty of freedom. And second, all the goodies that no one had time to pack.
Okay.
I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits. These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down. Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities. Thank you. I work hard to keep it that way. Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board, and that kind of talk only makes trouble. Sublight occupies a legal blind spot. No one knows what we're licensed to do, and that gives our little business some freedom. But let's not tempt fate.
Okay.
Ask. I have nothing to hide. Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
Okay. Oh, verder is niks. Dus met andere woorden,
CNP, I can't believe it's not.
moet ik wel een side-missie gaan doen. Want eerder krijgen wij
Rizzo's Lemon Slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular advertisement for the following story. Cosball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked.
niet genoeg voor. Huh.
What do you think you're doing?
Waarom kijk jij nou net?
Oh, my mistake.
Oh. Die Chris, dat is niet goed.
Assholes and their big interstellar freighters.
Eén zo'n ding zien te vinden. Auw. Restricted stock, jammer. Ah, je moet er straks terugkomen, maar... Daar zijn we net geweest.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following. Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you. When you were sick, who took your temperature? When you were hungry, who gave you a new Auntie Cleo, that's
Ik wil niet echt wat je had.
Have you given your auntie a hug today?
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch. Sugar Gal Flakes and Purple Berry flavored Power Nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch.
Hey, I saw that! What do you think you're doing?
Sorry.
Nice doing business with you.
Maar dan heb je in ieder geval dingen. Oh, dat is ook niet triest. Dus ik kan net zo goed mezelf eruit lullen. Kom ik nog niet bij waar ik wilde zijn. Ik weet niet of dit het wel waard was eigenlijk. Gadverdieu. 20 meter die kant op. Ja, hoe kom ik daar? Überhaupt. Oh.
Keep it quiet, Cap.
Zo.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
Of misschien ergens een dingen gemist. Een gang.
Some townships have asked Halcyon News to make a statement regarding rumors of food shortage. Rest assured, the far-sighted corporate leaders of Halcyon have tailored their product lines to be selective to the refined customer. Scheduled scarcity is a premium feature of colonial life. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen.
Zo, ik ben nog wachten dat het hier zou zitten. Dan niet.
We've got your punch right here.
iedereen, dus dat heeft geen zin. Vooruitbrengen.
Well, well, well. What fine treasures might await us in here?
What the? What was that? We got a fight on our hands.
Here I go!
Nice hit!
Down they go! Can't get past that armor!
Hangen, nog wat. Besmetting hebben. Hey Michael. Goedenavond jongen. Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange powerful effects. Science weapons damage and strength of the effect both increase as your science skill increases. Your engineers and do our bottom line and fire razors.
Now I don't say this lightly, but that
Review the mining archive on Hawktron's terminal. Oké. Ja, bij mij is goed jongen. Hoe is het met jou? Beetje moe. Slaap al de hele week echt slecht. Daarboven op de kist staat nog wat. Kan hier via deze kant niet uit, schijnbaar. Kom hier dan buiten. Oh, hier is een deur. Stabiel op vrijmoe. Volgende week examens. Oeh.
I've seen you limping a bit. You all right, Mr. Vicker? Need us to slow down?
What are you implying? I am perfectly fit. My knee is just acting up.
Je houdt van die periode? Oh ja, ik had altijd schurftekel aan.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh? My cargo's worth a lot of...
Klas die opgefokt is.
Hey, you got a second? Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me. Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. You're serious. You're giving me a shot. All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there, I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang.
Okay.
Firstly, I am highly personable, and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass persuasion.
Sorry. He's funny.
Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man.
Okay.
That motto is it's a work in progress.
Okay.
Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire. In conclusion, thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang. I look forward to our adventures together.
I thought that was real good, Felix.
Ik weet niet wat ik met waar moet.
What do you think? Am I in? Sure, an interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like. It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust, maybe with a little cream on top. Classic.
Oh.
Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise.
Maar dat is een robot.
Foreman told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker. Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting.
Ik ga hem gewoon meenemen.
Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
Dan schop ik gewoon uit de airlock.
I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
24 items on your Steam list are on sale. Ach, jezus. Oh ja, tuurlijk. The Steam Autumn Sale has begun. View your wishlist. Dan valt hij gelijk niet wat meer lastig, oké. Dat is iets wat ze nog aan mogen passen. Dat als je op die mails klikt, dat ze in ieder geval de wishlist in Steam openen en niet op de site. En examens zijn nou eenmaal niet zo moeilijk. Maar ja, ik kan niet zeggen dat ik moeite had. Discount. Zo. Even Space Code uithalen. Dus even kijken of daar wat interessants tussen zit. Wat ik zoiets heb van nou. Dit wil ik wel halen. Op dit moment in ieder geval wat is.
So what's the plan?
Zelfs Half-Life Alyx is al meteen in de aanbieding 10% off. Automation Empire is ook 10% off. Die wil ik sowieso... bekijken. Cool, fijn. Examen maken, thuis, eten, gamen. Ja, dat klinkt goed. En daar gaat volgens mij het Steam stop. You have acquired
I believe I hear
postboxes.
Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope? When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative. Traveling the system with you, Captain.
Dan zeg je remote install, dan doet hij geen remote install. Altijd mooi.
Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was.
Valt allemaal mee.
How can I be of assistance?
Yep.
Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw.
Okay.
I'll be here. Make yourself at home.
Even kijken. Een Bertie's office. Oké. Ja, daarom ben ik ook op mijn schip even rond aan het kijken.
Is it time for your regular daily period of unconsciousness?
Wauw.
Good luck, Captain.
Zo. Er zijn gewoon dingen op slot op mijn schip. Kijk, je zit alleen die power voor, geloof ik.
So I was watching the serial the other night, yeah? I don't want to ruin the surprise. Let's just say it involved a whole mess of tossball players and the biggest manta queen I ever saw.
Oh, no fooling. Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on something real quick?
What?
What? No. If it were, I'd be hollering loud enough to wake the dead. So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages. I got him here on my datapad, and well, she sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet. Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. The trouble goes away. It sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. It made my chest hurt, kinda. I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways, not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold. Thanks, Captain. That makes me feel a touch better. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel? They were... close, Captain. Like, more than friends close. I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? The Lost Hope? If you're there, I'm sure things will be okay. Like, I mean, you wouldn't let nothing bad happen to me, right? Thanks for asking, by the by. It means something to know you're looking out.
Kijk, hop, en weer blablabla. Eens even kijken. De chef had op zich niet heel veel nodig gehad in toe, maar wel bij 40. En dit compagnies allemaal weten. Dat is op zich niet verkeerd natuurlijk. Die is ook niet verkeerd, 40. En ook access to restricted, 40. Dan hier maar een beetje aan doen. 5 punten. Dus ik sneak weer op 30 krijgen. Even kijken, hoe zit ik met mijn inventory? Kan ik ergens zien? Oh hier, 92 van 140. Halt is altijd goed. Komt toch altijd kort. Oh, daar. Hoe gun heb jij? Sweet, generated. Nou, max life. Blok plus 5. Kijk, ik heb allemaal 9. Dat is een medium. Lockpick plus 5. Dat is een 17 heavy. Oh. Oh. Nu 20. Dus Brace plus 3, dat is op zich ook niet verkeerd. Zak wel mijn lockpacking weg. Ik ben er aan het denken. Zullen we hem dit geven? Ik denk het wel, hè. Die lijkt een hele dikke gun te hebben. Alles mee wat los zit hier in het schip. Mijn schip. Sam.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
Okay.
I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
Sure, Ada. Invasion of combat capable variants. Killing machine. Source Facility en Roosway. Oh, daar moesten we sowieso heen. Roosway. Oh ja, dat is voor de Stella B. Daar kunnen we nog niet in. Ah, ja. Die dadelijk even doen. Dat is die. Skella. Dat is ook Roosway. Dat is ook Skella. Dat is ook Roosway. En dat is de Navkey. Maar daar gaan we een quest voor doen. We gaan eerst even zuipen schijnbaar.
Stay safe out there.
Naar de bar.
Heard from the lasses down on 22 that you did a contract for sublet.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
So, how's this work? Do we get a table? Stand in a corner?
Concerned citizens often ask why there aren't enough new faces in the Halcyon colony. We all want...
Okay, so what are we drinking? You're the expert.
Yeah?
Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this. Let's just do it proper. Oh, no, that's on account of my not being able to sleep lately. Makes my hands all twitchy, you know?
Oh.